everybody. So today I got to see the new romantic comedy starring Reese Witherspoon called Home Again, and I have to admit, I was pretty disappointed by this movie. And I know a lot of people probably are going into this movie not expecting much because a lot of people don't like rom-coms, but I was actually the reverse. I was going into it expecting it to be good because I love the genre and I love escapist romantic films. You know, we're doing a whole podcast just on Hallmark movies. So I miss that at the cinemas. I miss escapist rom-coms that are silly and charismatic and romantic and fun, and we haven't had very much of that. I guess you could maybe say Bridget Jones's Baby is that, but that was still R-rated. It's just been a long time since we had something that was in the PG-13 solid kind of camp that was enjoyable. And I reviewed earlier this week 3 other rom-coms that I love, starring Reese Witherspoon with Legally Blonde and Sweet Home Alabama and Just Like Heaven. It's not like any of those movies are amazing plots or amazing stories, but they sort of check off all of the rom-com boxes that I kind of have. And this didn't. It was pretty disappointing, actually, to me. This is directed by the daughter of Nancy Meyers. It kind of felt, in a way, the project that the mom gets for her daughter to do. It just kind of felt uninspired. It didn't feel, I don't know, it was frustrating to me because I think it had some good elements. Reese Witherspoon is great as usual. She's super charming, super wonderful, and I actually thought that most of the cast was fine. Like, they delivered. I thought the kid who played there's these 3 boys that are there to write this movie, and she plays the daughter of this famous director who is she's leaving his house after a divorce, and she lets these 3 guys stay at her in the guest house. Actually pretty sweet, these 3 guys. I thought they had some charisma, but the problem is that this actively, I felt like, doesn't check off the rom-com boxes that I needed, and so it ended up just being kind of boring and just not, I don't know, just not that entertaining. It wasn't escapist fun like it was supposed to be, and it's certainly not subversive enough or good enough on its own to be sort of some kind of satire or commenting on the genre or anything like that. So it's sort of you kind of have to go all the way with the genre, or it ends up just feeling kind of bleh. And the biggest problem that I have with this movie is that it wasn't very romantic. She ends up starting this relationship with one of the guys, and then there's supposedly maybe some of the others have crushes on her, or they get involved with her children, and then there's sort of a relationship with her husband, but I don't know, it's none of it really goes anywhere. It's very disappointing in the ending. It's just, I don't know, it wasn't romantic. It wasn't exciting or titillating or anything like that. It was just kind of bland. And if this was sort of a pilot for a TV show, where it was kind of launching her as this independent woman, and this was sort of the pilot, I could kind of maybe see where it would be entertaining, on ABC Family or something like that. But just as a movie, it wasn't very good. The whole cliche of the people leaving the meeting in order to make the play or the recital or the whatever, you've seen that a million times. And again, I don't mind those kind of tropes, but if they're sort of embraced, I love Love Actually. I love About a Boy has that trope in there that does it very, very well. But since I just didn't really care about the relationships or the other stuff, then that's when the tropes start to bother you. And so I don't know. I think that, I guess you can go and enjoy looking at pretty people and enjoy sort of pretty surroundings or whatever. There's a certain slickness to the movie, but I'd say stay home and watch one of the Hallmark movies. I think they're a lot better and a lot more romantic. They're actually about couples who like fall in love and like get married or, you know, get together, and it's romantic. Like, I wanted a romance. Like, I like romances. I wanted a romance. This was not a romance. It was just like, I don't know, a bunch of privileged people that were experiencing mild conflict, and that wasn't very realistic or interesting, and so it was just blah. It just was disappointing. And Candice Bergen is only in the movie. I thought that she was going to be sort of the tough talking best friend basically in this film. She's in the movie for like 3 scenes, and she's great. She's really good in the parts that she's in, but she's just hardly in the movie at all. Basically, like, you have to sort of be so invested in like the building relationship between these 3 guys and the children of Reese Witherspoon in order to sort of be engaged in this movie. I think better example of this kind of film, it's not like a great movie, but I think the movie Prime is a little bit better because it's sort of similar. Uma Thurman plays this similar aged kind of woman who starts a relationship with a younger man, and things get pretty hot and steamy. It's very romantic, and they have like chemistry together, but you find out her therapist, who's like encouraging her to do that, played by Meryl Streep, is actually the mother of the guy that she's with. And so there's some humor and funny sequences in there. That, I guess, it is a little bit steamy, but that's a better example of this kind of story that at least is romantic and has some chemistry and has some funny sequences. And so yeah, I think Home Again was actually a decent disappointment for me. So I definitely can't recommend it. I give it a I don't know, I give it a C minus. Yeah, so oh well, what are you gonna do? So let me know what you think if you get to see Home Again, if you like it, not like it, and what's like one of your favorite rom-coms of the last like 10-15 years. Put it in the comment section, let me know, and thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later.